So in our last session, we did the business partner configurations. And after doing the configurations, we started creating a business partner, and we created a business partner with the generic role. And we have also seen that when we create that business partner, what kind of tables, backend tables will get updated. That part we have discussed so far. So let's go and quickly review it. The business partner which we have created. I will quickly go into the system. Let me log into the system. Okay. So the transaction code which we were using was BP. If you want to go and check the what business partner we have created, we need to click it here. We can go to the open BP, or we can also go through this find and through the work list also. We can try to search for the business partner. So do you remember what business partner we have created? I think SG1501, right? Yes, SG1501. So this is the business partner we have created. We have extended, we have maintained the address data, and we have extending to the role BP role. Okay. Now this has been created in system as a business partner. As of now, it is just an entity with the name and address. That is only there with it. It's an entity with the name and address. Beyond that, it is nothing. Neither it's a customer nor it's a vendor. So you need to extend it to a customer. You need to extend it to a vendor. So as it is a sourcing and procurement, we will not be discussing about customer. We'll be only focusing on the vendor. So vendor, I discussed in our presentation that what roles which will be requiring it. Let me quickly show you that part. So we have done with the generic role. Now we need to go ahead to extend this vendor to the company code, and then to extend to the purchasing. So first you can extend to the purchasing, or then company code, or first you can do the company code and then purchasing. It's independent. Any way it can happen. Okay. The company code extension would be done by the finance team, but here we will be doing it because there's no finance consultant here when you will be working on the system. So I will show you that how you would be extending a vendor to company code. Extension of a vendor to the purchasing views or to the purchasing related data would be done by a MM or sourcing and procurement consultant. So if I want to extend it, so when you will click it here, you will not see the role. That's why the people say that I'm not able to extend. I got these kind of queries when I give the assignment. So what you need to do, you need to click on this change. You can switch between display and change. So when I click on this change, now I would be able to change it. Now I would be able to find all the different roles here. So you would be seeing a lot of different roles here. Don't get confused with the roles because it's a single transaction for all the modules. Your MM, SD, EWM, TM, everyone is using. So every different module has a different roles. FSCM, Treasury, they all have a different roles, which has a different master data for your business partner. We will be focusing on FLVN00. First, I am assigning my supplier to a company code which we have created. Okay. As soon as I have gone into the FLVN00, if you have noticed here, I have a company code tab. So you see here, company code tab. So I have a company code tab here. Let me click on the company code tab. Once I will click on the company code tab, I will be going ahead into the data specific to the company code. Okay, so here I will put my company code which we have created, SG15. We are extending it to the SG15. So here you see the vendor is external. Okay, customer is blank, vendor is external, which shows that it would be external number which will be coming up. So the expectation is that SG1501, the number of the business partner, same number should come to the vendor once we'll do the extension. So we will not be focusing here on the master data fields as of now, because each master data field would be linked to your some of the scenarios. So when I'm explaining a particular scenarios, I will come back and then I will explain you that what is the usage of each of the field. Okay. So right now here it is showing we need to enter the reconciliation account. So now who would be maintaining this view? Again, I am explaining to you. It would be the finance consultant who would be maintaining this view. Reconciliation account is a GL account which would be entered here. The finance consultant would enter the reconciliation account. We can press a F4 here, and then you would find here the multiple GL accounts for your company code. Why? From where these GL accounts are coming to our company code, we have created a new company code, right? But if you remember, we did a mass GL copy. We did a company code copy and there was a reference, and then we also show that if the reference is not there, how you can copy the mass general ledgers to your company code. So based on that, these all GL accounts are coming. So I can select that one of the GL accounts from here. Let's say I select the payable domestic. Can anyone let me know? So this would be the integration. It's a complete FI integration with the vendor. Can anyone let me know what exactly is the reconciliation account and why it is used? Anyone who has a little bit know-how on that, you can unmute yourself. What exactly the reconciliation account is?
It reconciles all your subledger to the FIGL account, which is the which is the general ledger.
Yes, it's do the grouping of your sub ledgers, and sub ledger is your vendor GL accounts. So you would be having each vendor. I have a vendor V1. Let's say I have a vendor V1. I have vendor V2. I have vendor V3. For accounting, each of this vendor is basically your subledger. Each of that is created as a subledger, so you can generate a reporting on the subledger level that to each of the vendor, how much invoices are opened and how much payment we need to do, how much we owe to each of the vendor. Then you can group these subledgers into a reconciliation account. Now this reconciliation account is your GL, is a GL, special GL, is a kind of, not a special GL, it's a kind of a GL account. We have a multiple different kind of a GL account. So it's a reconciliation GL account, which would be grouping a set of vendors. Now, which vendors I need to group? So there's the one important point coming here.